Another big news break on Times Now, proof of crime partnership on paper, and we in fact have now an insurance policy that was between Partha Chatterjee and Arpita Mukherjee. It's all in black and white. When the West Bengal teachers recruitment scam hit the headlines, the TMC initially tried to distance itself by saying that the recovery was made in the house of Arpita, who had no connection to the party, but the connection is undeniable, and the evidence of that is in black and white. On your screen, you see right now the insurance policy. Let's pull that up. Is the insurance policy of Arpita Mukherjee. Let's go straight across to Pranesh for more on that. Yes, Pranesh.
This is a massive news break, Padmaja, on Arpita and Partha's partnership. Over the last few weeks, last few days, Times Now has put together this maze that was created to perhaps mask the money trail. The agency now suspects that this was a deep-rooted conspiracy. And why does the agency believe it? Because if you look at the remand note, there are some 3-4 points that are compelling, that will force
come to that remand note in a second. Let's just take a look at the document itself. The policy that we are talking about is this LIC policy of 50,000 rupees in the name of Arpita Mukherjee. Let's go to that full frame. Can we please take this graphic full frame? This policy in the name of Arpita Mukherjee, the most interesting part is the man who is named as the nominee in this policy. It's Partha Chatterjee, and the most shocking part is that this policy was drawn up on the 23rd of March 2012, a full 10 years ago, which means that this partnership in crime has continued for a decade. Could the Partha-Arpita duo have continued with its association for over 10 years and no one got to know? No one in the party and government that Partha belonged to had any indication of what was going on. In fact, that's the big question at this point. Also remember, let's go across in fact now to Tamal for more on this. Tamal, this is something that was stated in court as well. And it's not just this one policy alone, multiple such policies.
Well, Padmaja, 31 to be precise, 31 LIC policies, all on the name of Arpita Mukherjee. And in all these policies, Partha Chatterjee is the nominee. Imagine back in 2012, starting from 2012, this association with Partha Chatterjee and Arpita Mukherjee had started. And Partha Chatterjee claims it was a very casual relationship. Well, Enforcement Directorate believes it was not a casual relationship, that it was possibly a deep-rooted understanding, giving way to a nexus, giving way to a alleged scams after scams, through which proceeds of crime were procured, and that money had been parked in several forms and manners. Now, the Enforcement Directorate has also made a very startling revelation. Back in 2012, Padmaja, they also started an enterprise named APA. If you say it in Bengali, it's called OPA. OPA is a very popular Bengali name, but if you break it down, it's A for Arpita, PA for Partha Chatterjee, and that's exactly what Enforcement Directorate officials believe. That was the close association both have had, that back in 2012, they started an enterprise called OPA Utilities. What did that OPA Utilities do? It went on a spree of acquiring properties. There are at least 4 such properties which are acquired, which are bought by OPA Utilities, where both Partha Chatterjee and Arpita Mukherjee are joint partners. Not 30-40, not 70-30 or 60-40. It's 50-50 partnership. Now, who has designed the entire plan? Whose brain was it? It's something Enforcement Directorate officials are all trying to decode. Now, they believe, and they also said in the court, that Arpita Mukherjee comparatively, quote-unquote, is more cooperative than Partha Chatterjee, but then that hasn't really helped much. We have seen it from 2 properties at least. Not less than 49 crores of liquid cash had been recovered. Gold and jewelry worth 4.31 crores. And most importantly, the gold and the diamond jewelry, which all have the hallmark, they do not, interestingly, have the bills. Where are the bills? How did you buy all these jewelry? What was the source of the money? What was the manner of buying all this jewelry? Was it debit card, credit card, liquid cash? To which both Partha Chatterjee and Arpita Mukherjee, and if you want to code name them as OPA, as they want to name themselves, they have not given out any constructive, convincing response. Now, as far as the association is concerned, yes, there is a sale deed too. Back in 2012, they had bought a property jointly in Shantiniketan. So there are multiple proof that indicate that the association between Partha Chatterjee and Arpita Mukherjee had been very, very deep. And very quickly, Padmaja, I just want to read out one particular point that Enforcement Directorate said yesterday, that the financial statements, balance sheet of the partnership, that is APA Utility Services, have to be traced out and scrutinized. That the name of the bank where the bank account of APA Utility Services was opened has been revealed by Arpita Mukherjee only yesterday. So the ice has started breaking. How much the water would flow until wait and watch.
All right, it's going to be very important because just a few hours left for the custody to run out, and this was, like we said, brought up in court as well. Over to you, Pranesh.
Let me begin by reading the last point that Tamal was talking about. The point number 28 from the remand note, the financial statement, the balance sheet of the partnership of APA Utility Services have to be traced out and scrutinized. The name of the bank where the bank account of APA Utility Services was opened has been revealed, and what needs to be found out are the details of the same after confrontation of Partha with Arpita. Point number 27 also, 26, 27, equally important. Scrutiny of documents seized during the searches has revealed 31 LIC insurance policies. And in all the 31 policies, who is the nominee? The nominee is Partha Chatterjee, in the name of Miss Arpita Mukherjee, in which the nominee is Shri Partha Chatterjee. This shows the close association, Padmaja, between Arpita and Partha Chatterjee. Let's go to the next page. Point number 29, Chaterjee through a company named Ananta Texfab that was registered in Belgoria, Kolkata, from where huge cash amounting to 27 crores was seized. The shares of this company exchange hands not between these two individuals only. Family members were involved, says the remand note. Between the family members of Partha Chatterjee and Arpita Mukherjee, the investigation with respect to source of huge cash amounting to 49.8 crores of the accused persons is to be traced out to get to the bottom of the entire recruitment scam. So the partnership is there in black and white. Who are the patrons? The agency is investigating that.
The big news break. We first showed you the property deeds which were signed jointly by Partha Mukherjee and Arpita Chatterjee. Partha Chatterjee and Arpita Mukherjee, pardon me. And now we've shown you that insurance policies, not one or two, more than 24 insurance policies between the two of them, where one has made the other the nominee. And it's important because remember that in such life insurance policies, it's usually your relatives, your closest relatives, perhaps your brother, your husband, your father, your mother are the people that you nominate. This relationship went on for over a decade. Did nobody know?
That's right. That's the highlight really of this news break. Why was it that Partha Chatterjee was the nominee in all the life insurance policies that were in the name of Arpita Mukherjee, and not one or two, as many as 31? And Tamal, if you are still with us, let's go over point number 27. Investigation has revealed that Partha Chatterjee and Arpita entered into a partnership. Now, this is a 50-50 partnership. And we have the details of the deed also. Goes by the name APA Utility Services, and like you were saying, is A for Arpita and PA for Partha. Tamal.
Between the two, such is the understanding between the two, and so much of love and care between the two, that they have cared to name their enterprise APA. Now they can decode it and say A for alpha, B, P for parrot, A for alpha again. But then Enforcement Directorate officials believe that these initials, these initials are initials of their names. A for Arpita Mukherjee, PA for Partha Chatterjee. Thus, That's how they have come, derived this name, Arpa. Now, as I said, Arpa is a very popular Bengali name. The name has a hidden truth and a hidden relationship and a hidden friendship, if I can say. And this friendship had also transcended to business deals. Now, whether these business deals were business deals with a profit mindset and profit out of corruption, that's something Enforcement Directorate officials are trying to understand. Also, Pranesh, very quickly, Enforcement Directorate officials are of the clear opinion that the money which they have recovered, possibly it could be the tip of the iceberg. The properties that they have seized could also be, could also be acquired from proceeds of crime. But the crime, when they talk about the crime, it's just not restricted to the alleged SSC scam. It can be some other scam. Not to discount the fact that this association between Partha Chatterjee and Arpita Mukherjee had been on since 2012. And since 2011, Partha Chatterjee had been a minister. So the big question is whether Partha Chatterjee, in capacity of being a minister, being part of the cabinet or being in a senior position of power, had misused his power. Because mind it, as far as SSC alleged scam is concerned, the clear indication is that he had misused his position and power. If that is the case, did he do that back in 2011? Did he do that in 2012, 2013, up till 2022? While he had seen several ministries, it's something Enforcement Directorate is also probing. Now, while he had been at the helm of several ministries, can the party and the administration also shrug off their responsibility and say that they had no knowledge about it, that they had absolute vigil over him, but they had no iota? It's something, once again, you have to wait and see, because...
Let's see how this partnership unfolds and unravels. Tamal, thanks for getting us that big exclusive. We move